Hey everybody, this is Marika with the Limelight Pet Project, and I'm here with Holly and Tracy, also of the Limelight Pet Project, and we are joined by Will and Taylor and Silver from Washington Alaskan Malamute Adoption League, also known as WAMAL, which we'll probably just say that from now on because it's shorter. Welcome, you guys.
Welcome. Hi.
Hi, thank you.
So, will you please tell us? We've already heard some of the story ourselves, but will you please share again how Silver came to be a part of WAMAL?
Yeah, so we got a call about 2 abandoned dogs on a construction site that had been there for at least 2.5 years. And the owner just wanted them out. I get it, business. But he had an amazing receptionist, and she had 2 boys that were just, they were going to save these dogs. And they got a hold of us. So we went out there, and we were kind of taken aback. It was all desert, and there was no water source, no food source, no shelter. And there were these 2 dogs that were just there surviving. And they were a little skittish. The kids had built a bond with them. We actually named Silver after the construction company, and then named the other dog that was with her, JJ, after the 2 boys. They actually still get a hold of us to see how they're doing, and they're just a great family. But we got there, and Silver was so open to companionship and getting loved on, but she was also very untrusting. Mm-hmm. So we tried to put some food and treats into the back of a kennel and was going to shut her in. And we were like, oh, this is going to be so easy. And then she ran up and grabbed the bowl and carried the bowl off. So I still have the video. I watch it all the time. It's really funny. So we finally got them, and we got them back to West Wind, and that's when the first day of the rest of their lives started.
And so that was back in mid-July 2020. So you've had Silver for almost 6 months.
Yes.
And you guys, like, I'm just sitting here listening to the story we've heard before we started this part of the interview. The amount of progress and work that you have accomplished in under 6 months is absolutely astounding. That you brought her from a state of being feral to now being like just look at that. Oh my gosh, just a snuggly, amazing, lovely dog. It's incredible. So can you tell us a little bit, Will, would you talk to us a little bit about what it's been like having Silver a part of your life over the past few months?
I got into this. My mom is part of the foundation as well, and I helped with long distance transport before I became a foster. And I had 2 old dogs that passed away about a year ago. So I decided to just help these dogs in need for a while instead of getting another doggy for myself. And having her around is amazing. I'm an animal lover.
Oh, video's gone.
She was so cute that she broke the internet.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go.
But it's just been a blessing, and she has such a good character and personality. She just fits really well with my personality as well. So it's been great. Oh, are you gonna get excited?
Oh, it's that Malamute and Northern Dog bossy sassiness that is just so good.
Oh
yeah. She is amazing, and as long as she can go wherever I go, she is happy as can be. So she'd be an amazing companion for somebody.
So I've had Malamutes and Samoyeds my entire life, and I know a lot about this breed. And it seems to me that Silver is a typical female Malamute, a little bit bossy, a little bit stubborn, but all about the person that she has picked and loves the most. So do you think that she would do well in a home that has maybe another dog or some cats or some kids?
I would say no on that, unless it's, a very responsible older teenager maybe, and it would be best for her to be in a single dog home. She is she'll put up with other animals, but she doesn't prefer that,
Which makes sense considering where she has come from, and the situation that she was found in, with her friend JJ. Now, do we know if JJ was a sibling or a puppy of hers or just companion?
We think that he was a puppy of
Okay.
hers. He does a lot better around other dogs and stuff. That's why I'm honestly wondering if that was her pup. The one thing that is kind of funny and works with her. Are you gonna come up and say hi? What are you doing? You play bowing?
Is she bowing?
She was. She does have a very strong prey drive. So with you knowing Malamutes, you know how that goes. So when it comes to like smaller animals, she won't necessarily be like, oh my gosh, it's go time. But she also doesn't like them up in her face.
So, so Taylor, does this lead to any food guarding or any resource guarding on her part?
At first she had a little bit of resource guarding, but Will has done an amazing job at getting that to stop. You can hear her talking.
Yeah.
There's something underneath there? Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily go up and like grab her food from her while she's eating.
Actually, that's totally fine.
Oh, apparently that's fine. This man has moved mountains for this dog. Like, it's insane.
I started working with her on that when I first got her right away. It was, obviously it took some time and it was challenging, but it's to the point now where she will sit and wait for you to set her food down, and then she'll go to it. You can put your hand in her dish. You can pet any part of her body while she's eating.
Yeah,
so
before you
really
could do that.
Yeah.
So
Will has a little bit of Malamute magic in him.
he does. I wish I had 20, 100, 120 more
Did you hide a treat?
fosters like him.
Yeah.
Like he is molded her into the Malamute that she was always supposed to be. So yeah.
Now, she went from basically feral to snuggle bunny in 6 months. Are you guys surprised with the progress that she's made?
Yes. I knew, my husband as well, everybody in the organization really knew that she was going to be a tough case. She wanted companionship and love, but at the same time, she was really like, I really don't trust you guys. So the fact that Will has got her to where she is, and not just with him, this is with everybody, is insane. It's awesome. I've worked with rescue dogs for the last 15 years, and she's probably one of 3 cases in like the feral kind of same thing that went on that I could honestly be okay with adopting her out.
Wow. So you mentioned that you've done a lot of work with her. You've done a lot of working on touching her so she's comfortable with situations.
Yeah, she's eating right now, actually.
Yeah, look at her. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So in terms of, Holly and I have experience with northern breeds, which means we know all about their hair situation.
Yes.
So would you, I love that look. You're like, yeah, do we know about that? So you mentioned to us earlier today that she at first didn't really like being brushed. Like that was an issue, which yeah, you got a lot of hair and a like double coat, of course, it's gonna be an issue. But now she is actually tolerates being groomed. What would your recommendation be for someone who's interested in adopting her in terms of grooming?
Yeah. Well, so it's kind of funny. My husband and I have been grooming her for the past 6 months. I would, and Will's helped at home tremendously. At home, just brush her while you're watching TV. That's what we do with our dogs. It's just kind of like fidgeting with something. So that's what we do. But I would also find a groomer that has worked with rescue dogs or is a part of an organization, because it can be so traumatic. I know that a lot of dogs like being groomed, but they start them out as puppies and they get them used to it. Getting groomed isn't like a spa day for us to go get our hair done. Like they don't necessarily like it. It's a very traumatic experience. So finding somebody that understands that, you know, yes, I need to push her to get through this, but I don't need to push her so much that it'll traumatize her.
Yeah.
Is a big thing. But at the point that she's at now, I don't think she would have any issue. You just kind of need to find a groomer that does have experience with northern breeds.
Yeah.
So,
And I bring this up because it's really important that anyone who doesn't have experience with northern breeds understands that it is a huge responsibility, and you have to be prepared to take care of your dog's hair. You cannot have a northern breed dog and think that it's just going to take care of itself. It doesn't work that way. It's a part of who they are and what they are, and you will be a part of their hair. That is just guaranteed.
Oh yeah. Like I appreciate that.
You will
so
wear
much.
it.
Yeah.
Everything.
We call it moot glitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Everywhere.
I always get excited at lunchtime when I find the hair before I eat it. But then I think about, you know what? How many times do I not find the hair?
Yeah. I have a
Yeah.
friend that owns a woolly, and I laugh at her because we always get it in her eyelashes and stuff. But I laughed so hard the other day. She went to go grab a clump out, and her lashes came off, and I died. It was so funny.
Yeah, I think just actually yesterday I have a Siberian Husky who's got a woolly, and she has the real fluffy pants. And I pulled a hair out of my eyelashes yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, thanks."
Yeah,
you're like,
"Yay, when it's up your nose."
Hair.
Oh, and now with wearing masks, that's like the first step of mask wearing is check the inside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it goes up your nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So, does Miss Silver enjoy going for walks, or would she prefer a yard with a fence? And if so, does she enjoy digging?
She hasn't dug with me. I'm not gonna say that she doesn't dig, but since I've had her with this like 3.5 months, 4 months maybe, I haven't had a digging problem at all. She does like to go on walks. I think it's just she more likes to be with her owner or companion. So she does really well with that. She doesn't get aggressive or anything like that, or try to pull you around. She does really well on a lead.
Yeah.
And when you first got her, you couldn't even get a collar on her, correct? So you brought her from the point where she wasn't accepting a collar to now you're getting her dressed and taking her out for a walk, and she's enjoying the whole process.
Yes. Yeah.
See your magic, Will.
No, I wouldn't say that. It has a lot to do with the dog as well. So.
No, he's not giving himself enough credit. I'm kind of irritated with it, honestly. No, he has worked magic with her. When we first got her, it was a fight to get a collar on her. She was growling, she was showing teeth, her hackles were up. My husband and I were able to work with her a little bit. But I am happy that Will got her into a foster situation, because at the kennel, we weren't able to work with her and do the things that we needed to do for her to be able to go to a home.
Yeah.
Before, even if she had a collar on, you could like go to grab it to like leash her up, and she didn't like that at all.
Yep.
So the fact that Will can like literally grab a leash or whatever, and she like jumps up and is happy for it, is insane to me. It's so cool.
Yeah, if I go grab the leash, she'll be up and ready.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then on the digging thing, we walked around the construction site, and I didn't see one hole or anything. In the 6 months that she's been with us, I haven't seen her dig once.
Wow. Because
Yeah.
Malamutes love to dig, so that's
Yes.
amazing.
Also, might be because of how bad her front nails were grown into her pads.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
they were
had
bad.
really sensitive front feet. So I think that might have just
Nip
helped
that in the
her.
bud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that
Kind of
nat-
deterred her from digging because it was painful, so she's just associated digging
Yeah,
with pain.
she was really, really protective of her front feet for the longest time. Now she's all right with it.
Yep.
But before, you don't touch her feet. That was the
Yeah.
first thing I would tell anybody that came to my house. It's like, stay away from her collar, stay away from her feet.
Yep.
So what's the first thing they do is try to touch her feet after you told them that.
Yep.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
I warned them.
If Silver could describe her best day ever, what would that include?
A giant swimming pool filled with dog treats.
Ooh, what kind of treats? What are her favorite treats?
Well, I mean, she loves just about all treats, but she has really, really strong jaws.
Yes.
So, like even like those treats that are supposed to be like chew toys, she just like eats them.
Oh, the bully sticks. She flies through bully sticks. It's
Wow.
crazy. Yeah.
So I just try to keep her on like healthy snacks and stuff like that. But yeah, that she lives for food.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
lives for food. It makes sense if she spent 2 years having to
Mhm.
find it on her own. Yeah.
Yeah. Now she's kind of spoiled though.
Yeah.
Like, she don't even like regular dry food anymore.
She
Can't say
deserves
that I
it.
blame her.
Yeah, what's this dry plain stuff? There's some
like
good
this.
stuff.
Wow. So you guys think she's between 6 and 8 years old.
Yes.
Has she shown any sort of physical aging or anything like that?
Not so much. She's had a couple procedures. We had her spayed, and then there's a couple masses that were removed. But everything on that side now, everything's looking good, other than she had a urinary tract infection. But other than that, she's really healthy. Slightly overweight, but I've been working on that as well. So
Because she's too many swimming pools with treats in them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But she was down for a while with the procedures and stuff, so she wasn't able to be as active. But in the last month or so, month and a half, she's dropped about 4 pounds.
Yeah.
So it's looking in a real positive direction.
Yep.
And you've seen her make significant strides since she came to be with you. What's your favorite thing about her?
Her personality. I mean, seriously, she'll put a smile on anybody's face. And, she'll come right up to you and she'll make you give her lovin's, like she is just a sweetheart. I mean,
She do the put her nose under your hand and flip it up.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And she's real good about putting her paw up on you. Like, hey, what about me?
Yeah.
How about me? Oh man, I love Northern breeds so much. They're so great.
So
They're
this leads
black.
me to the biggest question of all. Does she sing?
Not like in the traditional Malamute way. No, not
But she
really.
talks to
But
you, right?
yeah, she will howl and whine if I go out of the house without her.
Yeah.
And she'll go from the front door to the back door and just howl and whine until I come back in.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
So
seems
that's
like,
the only time she ever makes any noise is if I leave her by herself.
Yeah.
yeah. So it seems like the ideal situation for her is to have a person that could be her person who's going to be working from home and maybe take her places when they go and just be the ultimate partner who's going to like give her that swimming pool full of treats.
Yeah, an owner that is going to treat her like a family member,
Yeah.
That's what's the most important.
Yeah.
Treat her like you would treat yourself.
Yeah.
I love that.
She's looking for a soulmate, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe that Northern dogs, Malamutes in particular, because I'm partial to Malamute, actually do have a person. They do have somebody that they bond with. And I know every Northern dog that I've ever lived with chose me. It wasn't that I went to that dog, it's that dog chose me. And I think that's true with the breed, is they pick their person.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and she picked well.
Yeah, I mean, there could be other people in the house, but if I step outside and check the mail, she gets grumpy. Like,
Yeah.
hey, what about me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, you guys, for sharing Silver's story. It's amazing.
Well, thank you for this opportunity. This is great for Silver's possibilities of finding her forever home.
Yeah. She hasn't had too much interest in her, which is really surprising to me, because she is an amazing dog. Everybody loves the underdog stories and this and that, and Silver is that. She has beat all the odds, and she still keeps amazing us every day. So she's a great girl, and this is all she does most of the time, unless Will's like trying to go somewhere and she wants to go. This is all she does.
Yeah,
Oh,
Aww. Oh, I feel
Yeah.
like a rug.
Somebody sees her segment and they really connect with her. How do they reach out to Walmall? What's your adoption process during COVID?
Yeah, so they can reach out to us via Facebook, Pet Finder, Walmall's website. We have all these different avenues. What we do is we have you fill out an adoption, like questionnaire, everything like that. And then we bring it back. If you're accepted, then we do a home evaluation. Most of the time we do those over Zoom. There is the option, if somebody really, really, really wants to have us, in their house or whatever, we do wear masks. We do use hand sanitizer. We do follow everything. But we want everybody to be more comfortable than anything. And then if you pass the home evaluation, we move on to our adoption team meeting, and then we move on to meet and greets and all that. So, yeah.
love it.
Wonderful. All right. Well, this has been Tracy
Holly.
And Marika.
with the Limelight Pet Project, and we shine the light on harder to adopt pets because their stories are worth telling.
Yay!